When you look at the second quarter, a touch below estimates, but not that bad. Do we assume that as we go forward, the numbers are going to be worse for GDP in Hong Kong?
I think so, Francine. All the indicators are from here that things will get worse. Some economists are saying that the economy will most likely be in recession by the end of the year. It's important to remember in those second quarter numbers that we had that it also reflects, or mostly reflects, the trade war, the US-China trade war, which has had a big impact here on Hong Kong's port. It's a key logistics hub for this part of the world. And then, of course, we've now had, we're into our third month of the protests, and that's having an impact on tourism arrivals and on retail sales. So I think from here to the end of the year, by all accounts, most economists will say to you, it's hard to see too much upside for Hong Kong's economy.
And what sectors, what industries are being, hurt the most?
I think, Francine, there's a lot of commentary around the retail, the tourism sectors and the retail sectors in particular, because a lot of inbound tourists from China that would come and spend money aren't coming the way they used to, and that probably reflects to a degree global visitors also. And then there's other discretionary items like eating out and dining out and that kind of thing. People are curtailing that over the summer months. And anyway, summertime here can be a relatively quiet time of year with school holidays and people, those who live here, tend to travel a lot. So there's a whole range of factors at work here. But the government is aware of the problem, at least to some extent. They announced around $2 billion in spending, extra spending yesterday, but there's a feeling that really that's only a drop in the ocean in terms of what needs to be done, and much more government support will be necessary to put a floor under the economy in the coming months.
And how are you getting prepared for this weekend? Are we expecting more protests after the violence that we saw Monday and Tuesday at the airport? Are things a little bit quieter?
Well, the protests do continue, Francine. We are into our third month of them now, and we will have another round of protests every day over this weekend. And I think the biggest one will be on Sunday afternoon on Hong Kong Island itself, marching towards the centre here, the Finance District. It will be interesting to see the scale and size of that as an indication as to where things are going. But when you listen to the political observers who follow this closely, they all say there's little sign of a circuit breaker or a near-term breakthrough in this process. Both sides are digging in, and there's no signs that the protests will ease up anytime soon.